So the last part we have to talk about is character skills. And this is going to really help you flesh out and kind of define what your character is good at and what they're not good at. My recommendation is to choose 5 skills for your character. The story isn't going to be interesting, your character isn't going to be interesting if they're really good at everything. It would also be worth thinking about going through this list and looking at 3 things that they maybe really struggle at. And I would just choose maybe 3 things. But you can add as much depth as you want to your character. If you want to go with multiple ideas, multiple things going on, this sort of allows you to do that. I'm just kind of giving the baseline of what I think you would sort of need to have to create kind of a fleshed out character that you can write a good story about. So, kind of going through the list, I would do the same thing, right? So, looking at these different ideas, acrobatics, they give you some examples, kind of the help you understand the differences between things, right? So, like if I was using Indiana Jones as my example that I talked about earlier, right? History would probably be a trait that he's really good in, right? Because he's an archaeologist. So I'm going to put that in yellow. Investigation is another skill, right? That he's probably pretty well trained at because he's thinking about the past. He's finding all these artifacts. There always seems to be Nazis there, right? So investigation is kind of part of that idea. Looking through here, I would maybe think survival. Whoops, it went super far. I would maybe think like survival. Oh my gosh. Super embarrassing. Oh, because it's on another page. Mm. Oh, technology. There we go. So, survival could be another one that he's pretty good at. Athletics. He seems to always be running from someone, fighting lots of people, so he's got to be in pretty good shape, although, Harrison Ford's maybe getting kind of old. So, starting to look around a little bit more, a little bit more. I'm going to kind of go with deception a little bit. And you could argue a million different traits for Indiana Jones, right? But he's pretty sneaky. He's always one step ahead of everyone, it seems like. And it allows him to get out of all these crazy situations. Weaknesses, or not necessarily weaknesses, but skills that he doesn't have, uh, could maybe be like medicine. Every time he gets hurt, he's got to hit up a buddy to kind of help him out. So that tells me that's not really a skill that he has. Never really seen him use animals to kind of help him. I think there was a monkey in one of the movies. It's been a little while, but I wouldn't exactly call that something he relies on. So just kind of giving you those ideas, right? Kind of going through and looking at your character. And then when you're done, once you've kind of mapped out your character, the idea here is I want you to just give me a character description. I gave you a description. It's 480 words long. I don't think yours needs to be any more than 500. And some people are going to have a more fleshed out character, and we're all kind of got a million things going on right now. So do your best. Take some time with it. If you need to take a couple extra days to get it to the point where you want it, totally do that. This example right here is the character I play in Dungeons and Dragons. If you've ever looked at a D&D book, a lot of this kind of idea behind this worksheet was kind of retrofitted from that because there's a lot of character creation in that, and it really lends itself well to helping you create a character for your story for English language arts. So I kind of gave you a description of my character, and I'll let you kind of read that at your own time because I'll have to make kind of another video to do that, and I don't want to make too many videos. I feel like that'll be kind of ridiculous, but I'll give you a quick kind of overview, right? So my character, I describe him as a mix of Indiana Jones and Gandalf. So he's kind of this old, frail, he's a gnome person. He's super intelligent, super wise, very charismatic, but he's not very strong. He doesn't look very intimidating, but he actually does have a lot of strength, and that's sort of his ability to not draw attention to himself is really his big trait, and that's sort of how I play my character when I'm interacting with stories. He's got flaws, right? And he's got ideals. His ideal is that everyone should be entitled to information, to knowledge, right? And I kind of play that because I model my character after me a little bit, right? I'm an educator, so I want to give people knowledge, and it helps to make characters that are either based off